Wake up with us, rise and shine. Morning mayhem's on the air, we're feeling fine. We got a melatonin and mama melon too. Bringing you the latest, there's nothing we can't do. Morning mayhem, it's a wild ride. Sports news and the daily updates, we're on your side. Special guests and interviews tomorrow. We're taking over Woodland Regional, we're knocking down the door.
Good morning, Woodland, and welcome to Wednesday, November 6th. It's almost 60 degrees outside. It looks like the middle of the afternoon compared to what it was last week. It's being dark, although when we left last night, it was dark out. So that's daylight savings time, and I'm not a huge fan. However, I think for the 20th year or the fifth election cycle,
Stop stealing my news stories.
Oh, that was news?
Stop stealing news stories. Yes, for the sixth time.
Wow.
Woodland is 646.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's one of the most exciting things is for 6 cycles, that's 24 years, Woodland Regional High School has correctly selected the next president of the United States.
I say forget polls. All these institutes or whatnot, I think they have to come here.
Listen, my favorite story I tell everyone was in 2016. We had our mock presidential election, and the students had selected Donald Trump, and that year was Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton. And I remember at the end of the day, I got a phone call from a coworker, and the question was, who is going to be our next president? Not how did the mock presidential election go? Not, what do the kids think?
Right.
The question was phrased, who is going to be our next president? And I said, Donald Trump. And they said, okay. And they hung up. And that was the day before election day. But that the respect, the understanding, like I loved that phone call. It was just so surreal and weird that, just like based on what the students are feeling, what's going to happen next.
And they correctly selected it again this year.
They did. The down ballot issues were not as correct. And we do have a bad track record of down ballot votes. So
the issue votes and stuff, and the smaller races.
Yeah, well, yeah. So they wrongly selected who our U.S. senator is going to be. They wrongly selected who our state representative is going to be. But we did correctly identify the president. And that's the one that we always ask. We don't always ask the down ballot issues. We don't always ask who will be our senators, our rep, things like that. The focus has always been, and we even call the project mock presidential elections.
So. All right. Well, it is the day after the election, so I do know there should be, I'm hoping, fewer political ads come football time. So that's good.
Oh,
it's a good thing right there.
I can't make that promise right there.
Oh, I know. It is a day.
It is an A day.
It is an A day. Even though we were here on a B day, we took a day off. We don't skip and go back to a B day. It is an A day today. So a lot going on there. Today in history, on November 6, 2012, Barack Obama was reelected as president of the United States, defeating a Republican challenger, Mitt Romney. Today's birthday was actress and activist Emma Stone, known for roles in La La Land and Easy A, and I think Spider-Man. And in our hallways, the birthdays are Callie Howley and Ryan Kenny. We have 2 birthdays on the 6th today. And today's International Day is the day for preventing the exploitation of the environment in war and armed conflict. This day was established by the United Nations, and it highlights an overlooked environmental damage caused by armed conflicts, raising awareness about protecting ecosystems during times of war. Now, if you got your chalk and a friend, don't forget on Thursday, you're going to be able to go out into the courtyard. It is the chalk day. If you have your candy collections that you're bringing in for the homeless veterans and their families, gather those up. There's going to be due Friday, November 8th. And the advisory with the most candy donations wins a party. So make sure that you get your advisory involved as well. We did that. I know. Chocolate lost. Yeah, we were talking about that on Monday. That's crazy.
I'm shocked.
Yeah. But what about this one? Do you love daylight savings time or dislike daylight savings time?
Doesn't matter to me.
I don't know. I kind of like not having to jump around.
Yeah.
Although today coming in the morning, again, I felt like I was late because it was bright out.
Yeah.
But leaving last night just felt
dark.
Yeah. It was miserable. I don't know. I don't know where I fall. I don't think we should change it anymore though. But that's just me. What do I know? Congratulations to Julia Galasso and Gabriel Carfy for winning the Celebration of Young Photographers contest. You can see their photos on the slideshow around school. And again, if you're looking for that slideshow and you're at home, go to reading16ct.org, click on schools, click on Woodland, and it will be in that slideshow. That's the slideshow we talk about every morning. And Chalk the Walk is Thursday, November 7th. That is what it was called, Chalk the Walk. And tomorrow, Reverend Edwin Perez will be here to talk to the GSA in room 212. And don't forget that the informational meeting tomorrow, in November 7th, is going to be about the Woodland ski team. So ski and snowboard will be in the media center tomorrow, November 7th. Clash of the Classes pick up again on Tuesday. The War in the Woods game is coming up. That is going to be November 27th. That is, you got some time. You can plan for that.
That's
I thought it was November 7th, but it's November 27th.
It's the Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
The Wednesday before Thanksgiving. And don't forget to charge your Chromebook and listen to us every morning at 7 a.m. thereabouts, or find us on YouTube, Spotify, or Instagram. Time now for the news with Tomlin, who I already stole his lead story
And
by
now,
accident.
With the latest headlines, over to the news desk with Tomlin.
Morning, a couple top stories started today. First off, let's talk a little bit about the election yesterday. So it is being anticipated that right now, former President Trump, now President-elect Trump, has 286 electoral votes. Harris has 226. There's 26 yet to be called. The 26 come from Arizona and from Michigan. So that puts former President Trump in the same spot as Grover Cleveland.
Cleveland,
was the one
Harrison, Cleveland.
Yep, Grover Cleveland up until now is the only president of the United States to serve 2 terms separated by another president.
All right.
So the last time we did this was the 22nd and 24th president from 1885 to 1889. and
So
then
not unprecedented,
1893 to
just very
1890.
rare.
Insanely rare. And Grover Cleveland rose to power as a reformist, taking on the party machine, trying to alter and change it, similar to how now President-elect Trump paints himself as an outsider coming in to change things. So it's very interesting there. U.S. Senate results looks like, the GOP has gained control of the Senate with 52 seats, a pick of 3. The Dems have lost 3 seats, and there's still several seats to be determined, but the GOP does now control the U.S. Senate. The U.S. House is too close to call. There's a number of Western states where they have not yet been able to certify all of their results. Close to home in Connecticut, Kamala Harris has won Connecticut with 54.5% of the vote to Donald Trump's 43.8. Jill Stein got 0.8, Robert Kennedy got 0.5, and Chase Oliver got 0.4. One of the exciting things about Monday's mock presidential election is Robert Kennedy and Chase Oliver also got votes at Woodland.
Really?
Yes. I want to say Kennedy got 3, but I have to double check that information.
So the kids picked it again.
They did. There was one ballot measure on the Connecticut ballots that hopefully, if those of you who voted saw it, it was on the right side of it. Connecticut Amendment 1 allows no excuse absentee voting. This has been approved with 56.5% of the vote. So the Connecticut General Assembly is now being instructed to figure out legally how to craft it to allow opening up absentee ballots without needing excuse.
All right. Oh yeah, I think I remember that being on the ballot.
Yeah, it was on the right side.
Yes.
Yeah. Now the big House vote in Connecticut that really was the exciting one. Not that John Larson's or Joe Courtney's or Rosa DeLores or Jim Hines weren't exciting, but the big one that really impacted us out here because we saw a lot of the ads for it was Jahana Hayes versus George Logan. Now this was a rematch from 2 years ago, and Jahana Hayes once again has come out on top with 53.1 to 46.9. But that was seen by the GOP as a seat that they could pick up. In Connecticut, I know this was a really closely watched one. And I noticed far more ads this year than 2 years ago between these 2 candidates to try to see what could happen there. Like I said, President Trump now has 286 to 226. The House right now, there's 48 seats yet to be determined. The Republicans have 199. The Dems have 188.
There's
but
still 48.
there's still 48 that have yet been called.
I didn't realize there was that many.
So they have yet to be called. There's some that's leaning that some people are some news agencies are saying this one's going to go this way, this one's going to go that
Gotcha.
way. But actual call, there's 48 seats still yet to be called in the House. Now it would be
I was entirely wrong. I didn't think this was going to get called the way everything was leaning. I thought it was going to be closer and be farther into a tie.
Now, 48 is
for-
a lot.
for the House,
N-
or just overall.
Just overall, right?
No,
So
it's,
you
it's
didn't
pretty. It's
I
pretty
didn't expect to
remarkable.
wake up and to have it, determined. I thought there was going to be counting and everything. And
So one of the things that we're seeing this year is so 4 years ago, or over the last 4 years, a number of states have gone through and modified their voting rules to allow early counting of mail-in ballots, to
Oh, okay.
allow some of that other processes to happen faster and quicker and more efficiency. So we're really seeing the results of that. The other thing is that there's not as many mail-in ballots as there was 4 years ago. There's far more mail-in ballots. I know it feels in Connecticut, because everyone I talk to feels like everyone tried to vote early. It feels like a lot of that happened, but nationally it's actually down. So that also sped up the process.
That's interesting.
So
Yeah.
and then because in the United States, every state controls its election day processes and what happens and how it happens, all under the guidelines of any federal laws. So they have that power to speed up or to change some of that. So we're still waiting on numbers from a number of states to certify, but just the way the trends have been going, the way that the data is going, we're able to decide all but two.
those maps they had this year were crazy. Like the Steve Kornacki was up there swinging around,
I love
pointing
watching
things,
that guy.
zooming in.
That guy lives for that night.
I can't keep
think
up with him after a while. I just get like glaze over. I'm like, I try to remember every number he's saying. I know he's got that paper in his hand, but he doesn't really look at it. He's just like memorizing stuff
And
off the top of his head.
Don't think he sleeps all night. So I just want to know what coffee he's drinking, and maybe that's why the rest of the year I just don't remember that he exists. Maybe he's the reverse Mariah Carey. He sleeps for 364 days just to wake up for election day.
I would like to see him do other things using that
I've seen
modality.
him
I can't think.
I've seen him do sports things.
Drafts.
Yeah,
that would be
I've
fun.
I've seen him
Yeah.
do drafts. So the other news globally in the world is that on Monday, Boeing workers were voting on whether or not to accept their contract or to extend their strike. And then yesterday, Benjamin Netanyahu, Prime Minister of Israel, fired the Defense Minister of Israel.
That was huge.
Oh yeah, that was a really big event. This comes while there's continued pressure not only on the war, the both fronts of the war, but also some questions about some leaked information, and then Benjamin Netanyahu's his own potential criminal prosecution. So
All right.
there's your news. Really exciting day. And Woodland, once again, 6 years in a row.
6 years in a row. And that's the news with Tomlin. Over the sports desk with Mama Manning.
Here's a shot at the buzzer. Strike three call.
It'd be great to get Steve Kornacki to come in
now
and do
for
like a breakdown of
sports
all our
with
postseason
Mama
for
Manning.
Woodland.
Good morning. Good morning. All right, we have to go back to Monday. Monday, girls soccer was defeated by Tallinn 3-0 in the Class M state tournament.
Yep.
Ladies, you had a great season. Congratulations. You worked really hard. Today's Wednesday. Also in the second round, we have girls volleyball playing tonight at 5 p.m.
5 p.m.
Home
Yep.
versus Wyndham.
Whippets. The
Yes.
Wyndham Whippets,
So
which
we-
we learned was a dog.
Oh, wow. Because they're,
Looks like a greyhound.
they're
Yeah.
frogs all over that town.
Frogs.
Yes, they're the frog town of the state.
Well, there's a claim to fame.
Yes, that's where my daughter lives. So we are the second seed and they are the 18th seed.
All right.
Good luck, girls volleyball.
Oh, there you go.
There you
A
go.
very thin looking dog, but looks fast. Looks fast.
It's a British dog bred that is medium sized, related to the greyhounds and the Italian greyhounds.
Maybe they had a lot of those types of dogs out there when they were looking for a mascot for the. Are there a lot of Wolverines in Oxford?
I
Just
don't know.
wondering,
Are
just-
there?
There are wolves,
Do you just
But
pick
coyotes,
do you
and
just
bears.
pick arbitrary animals
Yeah,
to
that's-
represent a
yeah.
team? Like
That's
I mean,
kind of how it works. Like, so,
Yeah.
well, woodland hawks we picked because there are hawks in the area,
Oh, yeah.
and they were flying around in Matthews before the school was here. I mean, I went to Emmett O'Brien, and we were the condors. Isn't that a carrion bird? A bird of carrion?
yeah,
Yeah.
condors. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I went to Hamden. We were green dragons.
Well, there are some dragons still.
Well,
right?
we did.
Yeah.
But we got rid of all of them.
Yeah.
So.
I was the
Pete's
Windsor Lock.
dragon, like
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Oh, looky.
yeah.
1970s, right?
Yeah, I know.
I was the
Throwback.
Windsor Locks Raiders, and there were no pirates in town.
Not anymore.
No.
But
that-
down
I
by
believe that's-
Willimantic, I'm sure there
I
was.
believe that's how your
brine.
settlement was founded. Is the pirates got lost and we're just going
Probably.
to
That's where they buried their treasure.
There you go. So I'd go there with a shovel right now.
So, coaches, what are we looking forward to tonight?
Consistency.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's
Always
what it is.
key.
A lot of communication on the floor. If we keep that up, I think we'll be all right, and then we can move on forward from there. So the team's come a long way, and I think they're in good place. They're wearing their pink spirit shirts today,
I
so I
see
think
that.
that's going to bring them together as well. So we're looking for a good game tonight. All right, and that was our post-election show. So be half of the show. Did I just sign? Did I stick you out yet?
No.
Oh, forget what I said. And that's Sports Mom Manning. And thank you for stopping by our post-election show. On behalf of the show, don't forget, she's Mom Manning. He's Tomlin. I'm Amato. Good morning, Woodland.
Morning mayhem, it's a wild ride. Sports news and the daily updates, we're on your side. Special guests and interviews galore. We're taking over Woodland Regional. We're knocking down the door.
Every morning at 7 a.m.
Check us out on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram too. We're streaming on Spotify. We're reaching out to you. Join the Morning Mayhem crew.
Knocking down the door.